how does the Gator Metal Roofing system withstand wind, uplift, and, hurricane force winds and whatnot?
Tests that were done on our metal roof in a controlled environment showed that it can withstand winds of up to 200 miles an hour. All of the trim pieces that go on our roofs, the ends are cut, folded, and fastened, and in that you're eliminating any wind handle that the wind could get a hold of.
Sure. So it's aerodynamic.
It is.
And it's,
We're
installed
using
in a
hurricane-rated fasteners on there.
Yep. So it's installed in a. We take that into consideration
Yes.
when we install these. That we go by all the manufacturer's recommendations for the highest wind load on the installation. When it comes, and the trim is probably one of the most important factors of this, because that's tying everything together. It's not just for the look of it; it's actually serves a purpose.
We actually had a customer recently who was concerned about the number of fasteners that we use per square, and we ended up not doing his roof because he wanted us to cut that down to a number that we didn't feel comfortable with. And I wouldn't want to put a roof on his house using his number of fasteners that when a big windstorm comes by, he doesn't have a roof anymore.
Sure, because we back every one of our roofs, and that's why we have such a great reputation in the community. And if you Google us, which we pay attention to what people think about us.
There's a careful calculation that goes into how many screws per square are needed to make sure that roof is structurally sound.
And not to mention that we're using a hurricane-rated fastener, and everything is installed to specifications. We don't just wing it and just put a fastener
But
here.
like the one lady said, we don't just slap it up there.
Because it has been wind tunnel tested up to 200 miles an hour. It's Dade County certified, which if people don't know what Dade County is, it's where Miami's located. They have the strictest building codes in the nation.
Yes.
And we can understand why. It's almost like a target is placed right on Miami. That's where a lot of hurricanes come in there. But Wilmington, North Carolina, that's a big target area too. And and we're actually sitting here in Wilmington, aren't we?
And when you drive around these coastal towns, be it Wilmington, Miami, places like that, predominantly what you're going to see is metal roofs.
Yes.
Because they know when the storm comes, the roof will last.
Well, we know we've installed a heck of a lot of roofs
Yes.
up and down the North Carolina coast, and that's why people call us a lot, is because they're looking for a product that's going to withstand the high wind loads, and our product definitely meets that standard. So it is Dade County certified. It can withstand hurricane-rated winds. But of course, now I just want to clarify to whoever's listening here, we got a 200-mile-an-hour wind gust, most likely your metal roof will still be there, but your roof won't. It's going to probably take the whole house off.
It would probably take the entire roofing structure off of the house.
But it's but on a regular like category 1, 2, or 3, we can probably withstand that without a problem at all. It's when we get up to the 200 miles an hour, it can withstand the winds, but your home itself probably wouldn't be able to withstand it.
The structure itself wouldn't last through that. The roof at that point would be the least of your worries.
Yeah.
Your house couldn't sustain a 200-mile-an-hour wind for very long. Well, there have been countless articles written about houses along the coast when a hurricane is hit, and you see 99% of the houses with no roofs, and the one that's left standing is the house that had the metal roof on it.
You're right. I actually read an article down at the Katrina when that happened down in Louisiana. They sent FEMA sent helicopters out there, and they're just assessing the damage.
Just a sea of blue tarps.
Blue tarps, and then all of a sudden you'll see no blue tarp, but you'll see a shiny, beautiful metal roof, and it's amazing. That survived the catastrophic.
Took the same wind load as every house that lost their roof, but it was left untouched.
Well, the same story I've seen, kind of the same situation in California.
The Oakland firestorm.
The Oakland firestorm. They had the same scenario. All the homes are burnt down, and then out of nowhere, here's one that's still there, and lo and behold, it had a metal roof.
The fire was spreading rooftop to rooftop with embers blowing in the wind, and the only house it couldn't take hold was the one that had the metal roof.
Well, if I was going to protect my home and my family, I think I would opt for a metal roof.
I agree.
And that's why we install so many. And when it comes to installations of metal roofs, this is all we do is metal roofing. We don't do vinyl siding and windows
and gutters. And the other point I was going to make in the last part about the asphalt shingles is, in all my time working in the gutter industry, the other downfall of asphalt shingles is the relentless release of the little BBs off of it.
Oh, yeah,
They just never stop, and pretty soon it's got your gutters clogged. Your gutters are now backflowing into your soffit and fascia, causing roof damage. So asphalt shingles, given the chance, will actually destroy your house.
Yep. Well, you bring up a good point. You come from a construction background. You worked with a local gutter company.
Mm-hmm.
You saw a lot of stuff through the years with gutters and what goes inside the gutters. And what you were just saying is the granules off these asphalt temporary roofing shingles, what really happens is rain, wind, hail, anything that happens, snow, ice, it doesn't matter what's thrown at it, it affects those granulars. And with those little granulars, they fall off, and they don't just fall off in the gutter, they fall off onto the ground.
Yep.
And every time they fall off, what happens? Your roof kind of...
It's deteriorating. From the minute that it's put up. I've actually seen it in gutters where I took a plastic putty knife to get them out of there, and they're 3 inches thick in those gutters.
Yep.
It's adding weight to your gutter, which sooner or later is going to tear it off the fascia.